to lesson 4 on Keepa Training. We'll be covering all of the basic and advanced features of Keepa in this lesson, so it's one to stick around for. First off, we have charts. Then we'll go into more advanced features like product details, offers, buy box statistics, and variations. If you're using a free version of Keepa, you might not have access to all of these things, or you might have access, but you're going to have a quota. And so you want to use this time wisely to be learning efficiently about Keepa, because you will only have a certain amount of access. So let's go into charts right away. Price history, we're going to remove everything just to get a fresh slate. If you want the ASIN I'm working with, it's going to be that right there, B099V2Q1RF. Let's go down. This is a variation listing, so there are 6 variations of the same item, which will be important later. So we have the sales rank added in. This kind of shows us, if it's a good performing product or not. This is showing us the rank within its own category. So this category is toys and games, and we can check that really fast with seller amp right there, toys and games. So at some points in the year, this is the 1,473rd best-selling toy and game on Amazon. We can go ahead and add in some price data with the buy box here, which is the most important price data. And you'll notice that when this buy box line disappears, that's because there actually is no buy box. And I've shown you that on lesson 1, what that looks like when the buy box is gone. Right now, we do have a buy box. You can see $25.99, and that checks out right here. So to fill in these gaps, I'm going to add a little bit more information. I'm going to add in the new third-party FBA, and we can see where the lowest third-party FBA offer is at any given time. I can also add in the FBM offer, which is not competing too much with the buy box here. And so let's remove those, and I'll just add the new line here. So the new line, as you can see, it kind of intersects through these FBA points, and it also will touch some of these blue boxes sometimes, like up in here. But really, this is a new line connecting all of the offers together. So there will never be a time when the new offer is gone unless nobody's selling it. So we always have the new offer to look for when the buy box is gone. Anyways, so we can add some more information if we want. We should add Amazon to see if Amazon's selling it. And of course they are here. We can see all throughout this last year, they've been in stock for most of the time. There were some out of stock moments here, which caused the price to jump higher. Some people got lucky there, and they were able to sell their items for $35 or $32 instead of as low as $17. Most of this stuff down here, the used prices, the warehouse deals, the buy box used, we're not going to use those. We can focus on sales rank, buy box, Amazon new, and these FBA, FBM offers. And then for everything else is pretty much not useful. This close-up view will you'll notice on this y-axis here, how it starts at 0 and goes up to 30. And when I click on close-up view, it'll zoom in to incorporate a smaller axis. So we can kind of zoom in on the data. That'll change how the data appears. So just be aware of that change. Let's go down into the offer area and add ratings, review count, and new offer count. Okay, so I'm going to just start with ratings here. The rating is the average rating across all the reviews. So 4.8 is the rating on this product. We don't care about the rating. We just don't care about it. The review count, however, we do care about. This is going to tell us an indicator of how many people are buying this item. We do have the sales rank, and let me just get the sales rank by itself. And I'll zoom in to this period here. So I have the sales rank here, and you'll notice that the review count is kind of just going up and to the right. That's because more people are reviewing the item. Few people will review items on Amazon after buying them. We can say it's like 1 in 10 or something. So if we just see this review count going up, that's an indicator that people are actually buying the item, although it doesn't provide much more useful information past that. until we get into variations. So we can add the new offer count and see how many people are selling this. Used offer count is not relevant. There's also the close-up view for this, which is not very important. And that is that for the charts. So charts is pretty much done. We're going to get into product details now, going into data and product details. There's a lot of information here, and we can break it down very quickly. On this left side, we have details about the product. For example, which category it is, rating, review count, the last price change, the buy box, the lowest FBA seller, relevant fees for FBA sellers, and ASIN, etc. Not much of this is important to us. We can typically ignore this whole left side. What is relevant to us is seeing, these are some averages with sales rank, prices, etc. So this is giving us the sales rank average for 30 days and 60 days. It can be useful data. It can be useful, but it's not that important. More importantly is the sales drops. These can be closely linked to amount of sales per month is the amount of drops per 30 days. But it's less relevant for items that have a very low sales rank. So this item has a sales rank currently of 5,948. And these drops directly mean they are improving in rank, right? So 63 drops is 63 improvements in rank, but it does not necessarily mean sales, okay? So let's get into review count. That's not very important. The buy box is very important. This is probably the most important statistic area, is going to be the current buy box, the 90 days average, and 180 days average. This can help us price our item and to test to see if the price that we have guessed is going to stay the same over time. So if the price is different for these 90 days, 180 days, and current, that means the price is kind of unstable. So we just want to take a deeper look into it on the chart to make sure that it's going to be the price that we think it's going to be when it's time to sell. This is going to give us the buy box stock, how much the current buy box offer has in stock. And this is OOS, out of stock. This is the percentage of time that there is no buy box over the last 90 days. So 43% of the time over the last 90 days, there has not been a buy box. We can also see the same statistic for Amazon. What's the percentage that Amazon is also out of stock? So 49% of the time, Amazon is out of stock over the last 90 days. This can be an opportunity to jump in and become an FBA seller on this listing, because if Amazon's been out of stock for for 50% of the time, usually that can mean that we have a window of time to go in there and sell our items at a much higher price. Next up, we can see the new 90 days out of stock. This includes all the offers, FBM, FBA, and Amazon. So when this says 1%, it's pretty rare. That means that nobody was selling this item for 1% of the time, which would give you complete control over the price you sell it at. And then here are like some new offer counts. 30 days average new offer count is 9. Not much information there. Let's keep moving on into the offers data. The offers data is some of the most useful data that Keepa can share with you. So this is going to try to give you very real sales data for each offer. So how much each person or each seller has sold over the last 30 days and all time, and how much stock they have left, okay? So what I usually do, because I never really sell used items, and most sellers don't really sell used items, I will uncheck used. I will uncheck collectible, which is also not useful. The data range is on 90 days. So these charts will change over the past, depending on the time you select. So if I go to 7 days, you see they get much more flat, and the sales go down 24, 23, 22, 21. If we go down to 180, you'll see that most of these people have been out of stock for most of the time. These are the prices history. So the price changes over time, and this is the stock history. Now, one thing to note, when you see this sharp increase in stock and then this going down, those are not sales happening. This is basically inventory is getting checked into Amazon, and then it's slowly being available to be sold. So this is probably what's happening. The shipment gets checked in, all 31 items get checked in, then 5 become available right away. Then they ship it to a different prep center and ship it to a different prep center, and they get the units all spread out across the US or whatever country they're selling in. And now they're ready for sale, ready to be sold at 28. Now these are real sales, 26, 24, 23, 21, etc. We can also only filter FBA offers or seller fulfilled prime. So this is prime offers only. We can see that the FBA checkmark is checked when they are FBA. Let's see, what else can we learn from this, right? So this is an important option to select sometimes. It's called include historical offers. So this is useful if you want to see, who has recently sold out their offers, who has recently sold all their stock out, which can be a good indicator that these items are selling pretty fast. So we can filter and sort by any of these headers here. Usually you're going to be sorting by sold in last 30 days or sold total. So Amazon has sold the most on this. If we go to this all range, they've been in stock for the longest, and they've sold 274, or Keepa thinks. And then we can go down from here. They've sold 34, they've sold 33. And look, you see here how they had a big stock and now they're out. This usually will mean like they had stock and they sold it all. And we can see what price they were selling it at too. They were selling it at $52 or $15 here. So there's a lot of information here to go off of and see what previous people have done. And if this guy has 15 and he sold his stock, it looks like he still has 4. He or she still has 4 items left. And their price has changed a little bit, but they're selling items at this price of $32. They probably sold like 9 items at this price. So this gives us a lot of information, and we can currently see, who's in stock, who are we battling against. It looks like 21 is the highest stock available right now. Amazon has 0. So this would still be maybe a good time to buy some of these items. The only problem is that they might come back in stock by the time you replenish your inventory. So that covers the offers and the stock level and offer history. We'll go into the buy box statistics now. And this is going to show us who's owning the buy box, who is the seller in charge right up here. And so these are the percentage that they have won the buy box given our date period. So if we are in 30 days, it's different from 90 days, it's different from 180, different from a full year, right? So these last 30 days, Amazon has been basically out of stock for most of the period. The last time they won the buy box was 10 days ago. And so we can see Mirabella's Sales LLC, they just won right here. We see that they actually are in the buy box right now. Pretty cool. And then these guys won 34 minutes ago. So it really is coming down to who's last won the buy box. So Mirabella's Sales and Ray Equipment. And these are really the only 2 competitors that we have on this listing right now. This person was 3 days ago, and they have 3 stock. They're going to sell out pretty soon. So we see a total of 9 offers on here, right? 8 other options plus this person. And the only people who are winning the buy box are these 3 sellers right here. Because Amazon sold out 10 days ago. And we have this person from 3 days, this person from 30 minutes ago. So these are this tab is showing us the ongoing battle for the buy box. Who is going to win the most? That's Ray Equipment right now. He's got 21 in stock. So Amazon prefers to give it to Ray because they have more inventory. Let's go down to variations, and we'll see which variation is selling the most. So this is a variation listing, right? We have 6 variations. This one is $7. This one's $25. My guess is that this one is going to be selling more often because it's cheaper. Let's see if that's true. And also, you'll notice that when I change the variation, everything on Keepa changes. That's because each Keepa chart and each tab is based on one of the variations, not all of them. So that's how we get all these different Keepa charts. Anyway, we can go into variations now. And we can see all of the variations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all 6 variations. We can sort them by current price. This will give us the yellow one first, which is the one we've been checking out right here for 25. And the most useful way to use this tool is to see, when you're sourcing, you want to buy the best variation, the one that's being sold the most amount of times. And the way to do that is to go to the rating system to figure out which item is most likely is selling the fastest, right? What you'll notice here is there's actually a problem with Keepa. So this is showing 170 ratings, and we can follow this chart. It seems accurate. And if we follow this chart, we see it starts off at 85 and goes to 113. It's only showing 29 for this. And so for some reason, this is just showing how many reviews it has. And reviews are when customers leave a detailed written review like this, like they'll make a whole review with text. And you can also just rate it by clicking, I think it's 5 stars or 4 stars. You don't have to leave a description. So more people are likely to leave a rating than a review. That's why we use this ratings instead of reviews. But for some reason, this 29 here is showing the same data. Look, these all are 8, 8, 4, 4. This is the only one that's working properly. So we're going to have to do this manually. So 170 for this one, 113 for this, 119 for this, 100 for this, and 91 for this, and then 61 for the lower one here. So, there's not much difference for these. This one's 61, and this one's 169. They're both growing at relatively the same pace. So it's kind of hard to tell which is the best variation. All we know for sure is that this red one is selling the most amount of times. This red one here is, or was it this one? No, I think it was this one. Anyway, the variations is useful because we can just use the rating system, sort by whichever has the highest ratings, and then figure out which one is getting bought the most often. But just be careful because this is really 113, but it's showing us 29. That's a glitch in Keepa, which hopefully they fix pretty soon. Anyway, that's everything I have for Keepa data. The next episode will go over how to use the Keepa advanced search tool, the product search tool. So I'll see you in L5.